I think Spotify have got it wrong. Next year,
foot on the gas more.
If I'm not in the top 20, honestly, hold me accountable.
Special.
Out of chaos comes chaos. If you are really well organised, then that affords you the option of doing many things. Fun fact here, the original is my favourite house record of all time.
Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Toolroom Academy Artist Breakthrough Podcast, where we bring you all the gossip, the insider knowledge, the tips, the tricks and experience of some of the world's biggest industry experts. And today we have a very special episode. This is one of the biggest Christmas wishes we could ask for. Joining me on the hot seat today is the Toolroom boss himself, Mr. Mark Knight.
I think I could ask for a bigger Christmas wish than that, Peter.
No, mate.
You might have overplayed
what everyone wants for Christmas, dude.
Well,
it's Mark Knight.
I am available for bookings.
Can we wrap you up and actually put you under the tree?
For enough money.
So in this episode, we're gonna talk a little bit about the year. Look over 2025, what it's meant to you, to the label, to Toolroom, to the Academy, and even talk about, the industry as a whole, things that have happened over the year, things that maybe we think might happen moving into 2026. And of course, it's a Christmas edition, so we need to have a little bit of fun as well. We might have a little bit of fun later on.
We might even wear festive hats, Pete.
Let's see.
Let's
see where it goes.
Let's not give the game away.
We could get pretty exciting. No, thanks for joining us, though, dude. You're obviously extremely busy, so having you here joining us is it's a big win. It's a big win for the podcast.
To be here, Peter.
Let's dive straight in and talk about 2025 and Toolroom. And the label. Massive year again for the label. Some huge achievements, developments. I mean, so much has happened. Brand new premises as well, which we should talk about as well. But let's start with a big one. Achieving number one. Number one, the world's biggest selling label on Beatport this year. Second year running as well. I mean, it's quite an achievement, isn't it? And I know it's something that you and myself and everyone feels extremely proud of to kind of achieve this.
Indeed, yeah. To be 22 years down the line and still be at the top of the pile is all credit to the team that have made that happen. And the artist, that's a collective result based on our ambition, what we wanted to do, where we wanted to get to again. I mean, the record label Toolroom was always fundamentally built around supplying great records to people. That's what we wanted to be. We really were born in the cusp of the digital era as analog, as vinyl was dying. It was people were saying you're crazy launching a record label now. All the sales opportunities through vinyl were gone. Why in God's name are you launching a record label? But we got very close to Beatport. We pretty much both started at the same time. They've always been our point of focus. They really have, because it's the biggest shop in the world. If you're a DJ, that's where you go. We're a DJ-driven record label, and there is no greater achievement than being the biggest selling label on there. That's what we always wanted to be. It's what we always strive to be. And as I said, to be 22 years later, down the line, still to be top of the pile is no mean feat.
Yeah, totally. It's the ultimate barometer, isn't it? I think artists still look at that, even with all of the developments of streaming and different ways of, listening and consuming music now. I think as an artist, you're still looking for that as yourself, aren't you? Let alone a label. You want that Beatport position, that high chart.
That's right. It's driven by selectors, people who are genuinely invested in our culture. And that's the difference. Spotify is algorithmically driven. It's there's a less of a human feel about it. It's a very difficult DSP to read and to navigate, because you don't have that humour interaction that you do at Beatport. It's still like working with a record shop. You've still got selectors there, you've still got gatekeepers of quality. You can have genuine conversations, and they understand what we're trying to achieve. And big up to Rob and all the guys at Beatport for maintaining that position in the industry, because it is still the focal point. It makes or breaks artists. It really does. That's where people look. As you rightly said, and it's the right adjective, it is the barometer of success within our world. I don't think Spotify is. I mean, it's an incredible platform. The user interface is fantastic. But for the nuanced element of what we're about, Beatport.
Yeah, 100%. It's really
And
interesting what you
Tracksource as
said.
well. Let's not get this wrong. Tracksource, another brilliant site as well. I mean,
totally.
let's not underplay how good that is. In some respects, that's even more heady.
Totally. And I think, like, as an actual credit and what's the word I'm looking for? But it's a credit to the music scene, Tracksource. You know, we're going back with Tracksource and what that actually contributes to the scene and the culture. I think it plays a massive part in that.
Massively.
As well.
They've got two different audience. One, Tracksource is very much focused towards soulful house and disco and all the other genres that sit around that. Beatport has a wider spread in terms of what it's genre specific. But both equally as brilliant and both equally as important than maintaining our culture. And I think that is the word here, culture.
What's really interesting is what you said about Beatport, which it's mad, isn't it? 'Cause you wouldn't think you'd even say this about that human connection with a digital store. You know, if you go back to those days we were talking about vinyl and that disappeared. Because I think that's one thing that feels really strong for me this year is that the kind of let's call it the worry, the concern of everything developing AI, huge thing, can't get away from it, right? But how things have developed and Spotify and everyone's saying, right, that's it, you know, eventually we won't even need DJs because DJs are just DJing off a cloud and so on and so on and so on and so on. You get a lot of that concern and that worry from people, but actually I just feel like, to me, I feel like all these new advancements and these new changes in technology and the way we consume music comes along, but I don't think you'll never beat that. I think us as humans will always still want and keep alive something that actually feels interactive, whether that is through buying music, consuming, through clubbing, whatever, you know?
Yeah, you've still got to drive it. The human element has to drive all of those interactions with technology. That's what makes it special. It doesn't just happen on its own.
Yeah, totally.
They're great tools in the box. And we have to move with the times and embrace it, but use it in a way that is human.
Yeah, 100%. I think that is the way it feels like it's coming back, which we'll probably talk about that more in terms of production and stuff like that. Let's talk about some of the records, because, you know, from me on the Academy side and seeing what's been coming out of the label this year and the reaction as well on Clubland, some amazing tracks, like huge tracks that really ruled like airwaves, playlists, but again, let's bring it back to the dance floor as well. I mean, tracks like Lipstick,
Hypnotise.
I mean, you couldn't move for Hypnotise in festival season. That just seemed to be everywhere. Absolutely
That's
everywhere.
what we're about. That's the backbone of Toolroom. That's what we stand for.
Yeah.
That's what we stand for. And yes, that might put a lid on, in some degree, some ways, the scale of what we can be. But I'd rather do it with complete integrity and stand for something and be able to walk away from it at the end, go, do you know what, I did that, I stood for that, and I did that to the best of my ability and pushed it as far as it possibly can go. Then, because that's what I know, that's what I live and breathe. I can only stand behind things that I'm passionate about, and I think
that's the key to success. Not
longe-
just for a brand, for a label, but
longevity,
even artistically, I think. Longevity, you're right. For longevity and actually having people that believe in you, whatever it is, whether you're an artist or a brand or a product, whatever.
Knowing who you are is the biggest challenge, and being comfortable standing behind that.
Yeah.
And as you say, that applies to right across the board.
Because we've done it at the label. We have done it at the label. We've dipped our toes over those 22 years and tried various things here and there, but eventually it's come back round and just gone, you learn from that.
And I think that's why we're so strong at the moment, because we really are comfortable
where we are,
what we are, who we are, and we resonate that, and we live and breathe that, and we attract product that is that matches our vision.
Yeah, totally. So many big releases, though, isn't there? All year.
Incredible year. Been a really incredible year.
I love it. And yourself, you've had a big year as well. Get a Man with Oliver Lane, you had Get Deep and Televised too with Roland Clark this year.
This year for me has not been about me in a kind of forward-facing way. It's been about being behind the scenes this year. I get involved in all the records you talk about. You know without giving all the secrets away, I'm very much involved in all of those
totally
records.
Hands-on as an A&R, you're
adding
completely
vocals,
hands-on.
turning them into a different thing, because it is my legacy. Everything we put out is my legacy, and my job in the truest sense of A&R is to help develop product, artists. That's my day job. That's what I do day in, day out, is to help people realise the best opportunity they can within music, whether it's a single, whether it's a career over time. That's what I do, is develop those artists. Of course, we get the benefits through sales. Of course we do, but we all win. You know, and for me, it's always about being a great team player.
Yeah.
And this year's been very much, that's been my agenda, is to really build the team, to step back a little bit. You know, it's not been my best year for releases by a long shot. And that's
you've still had quite a prolific year in terms of releases. Bullets is just out as well.
Bullets, yeah, exactly. But look, I know, I'm totally realistic about what I wanted to achieve this year, and it wasn't about me and loads of records. It was about building the new premises and the new home for Toolroom, and literally myself and George single-handedly did that. You know, with no help, we did the whole thing. Built 4 or 5 studios.
You got your tool belt back out.
Exactly, it was great. So my vision this year, my ambition this year was to do that, was to create a new home.
And it's a big thing, like that. The new home, offices, studios, all there.
Yeah.
It's like a real hub, isn't it?
That's
you know,
my
East
dream.
London, right in the centre of it.
Yeah, I think we're in a profile business, and that matters a lot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's how this industry works. You have to have the right profile to join the dots, rightly or wrongly. Shouldn't necessarily be like that. But the geography of where we are now really helps, and how the business has elevated in that time. What I wanted to create is a creative hub where you've got great minds in there doing great things, and things happen that are not always premeditated. I just sometimes by osmosis, being in the room with people, like scenarios that have come up just because I've got all these great people, and people that we now meet because they're in the studios. It's like ADE in our offices, pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah, I know
it's
what you
mental.
mean.
Like you've got
last week was insane. There was a writing camp recently, and that was just mad. Absolutely mad. Artists everywhere, just different industry people everywhere.
Yeah.
It was a real buzz. Yeah,
the cross section of artists we had in there. I think the other day we had everyone in there from West End to Michael Gray. Just in sessions, cool. Just around. And that energy that creates is just different. And I can hand on my heart say we're the only record label in electronic music to have a facility in a kind of cultural hub that can offer 5 studios with 5 incredible engineers and a whole team around that to realise people's vision in music, because that's what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do here is, and it isn't rocket science, it's get an artist in and say, look, we love what you do, let's sit down, play me some records, play me some ideas, I like that from that, I like that from that, I like that from that. Now I've got 3 slots this year, I'm going to put you here, here and here, and let's discuss where that makes sense, what strategically, what else you've got going on in your career, but these are your deadlines, and these are the records I like.
It's quite rare.
It's
that's quite rare to have a record label that can actually support artists in that aspect, like a full-blown management team as well, but musically.
But that every great record label in history has that music house behind it. You know, we look at Motown or Def Jam; they provide that facility and that intellect and that understanding in the back room to say, these are the records you should be making for us. These make sense. We'll help you make them. Come in, shoot some content. Come, you know, this room is yours whenever you want it. You want to come in and bounce ideas off me, it's yours. The door's always open. And to create that environment, and I want to keep scaling that. We've got a booking agency, Radius, are coming in to our offices at the beginning of next year. I want to create a one-stop shop for creatives, for music people to come in and go, I went to Toolroom, I saw my agent, had a meeting with my agent, shot some content, made a record, boom.
Yeah.
I want to create an environment that is a one-stop that's really well curated, so all of those people interface and interact with each other. You've not just got some random creative agency that are working on interior design. They're all people that are nuancedly related to each other. So it feels joined up, and that's my dream, and that's what I've been working on in the background. So yes, music has taken a bit of a backseat.
I think you've still done well with at least about 6 releases out in 1 year.
It's been all right. It's been all right. I mean, look, the reality is, last year was a 19 in 2001. This year 101. I was flicking through. God's sake, I'll be there somewhere soon. I got to 101. But next year,
you can only do so much in a year, mate. And I think it's an amazing thing that you're building there. And I think it'll be a real legacy. I mean, let's talk about these artists as well, because another massive thing this year, which I think is again a great barometer, is what you just mentioned: 1001 track lists.
Yeah,
and how many of the artists that throughout the Toolroom roster are on there in that top 100?
Yep.
It's about 8 or 10 artists doing amazingly well. And I think, being part of their development, like you say, it's not just an artist who signs a track to Toolroom. It's part of that family. And to see their development and see them move on has been amazing, isn't it?
And they're not
to see some of those
DJs. They're not super. They're just great producers, And there is always a space for great music and really built and curated in the right way and worked on properly. We don't just sign records and upload them. Let's take Hypnotise, for example. There's a very different record when George sent that to me. In fact, it had no vocal. It was completely, it's a brilliant idea. And George is a genius. Let me tell you right now, he's an absolute genius. I love him to bits. He's one of the nicest guys in this industry. He's one of these guys, every 10 records, he'll do something that he's just like, how the hell did you think of that? That's just next level.
And you talk about longevity as well, like as an artist, just being
and it's about going, look, this is a brilliant idea in its inception. If we do this, this and this, we give it this energy, we wrap it up in the sound of Toolroom, it's going to work really well. And that was a great version of what we do in the A&R process. I'd love to play the demo against the finished, how we work together, and George and I work really closely together on this.
Well, we often talk about this in the academy. It's interesting. We do talk about students about this of, how much at top level there is this support and involvement, and people. I think a lot of artists put so much pressure on themselves to be like the producer, the A&R, the mix engineer for their music. They think they've got to do everything. Shoot their own video, do everything, and it's like it's okay to actually lean outside of that. And the reality is, at top level, there is a lot of this. There's a lot of collaboration, isn't there? That sometimes bring the best out of ideas and out of artists.
It's an investment in yourself. We've talked about this on numerous occasions. If you're going to try to be all those things, are you actually any good at those things, or are you just doing it because you've got to do it?
Yeah.
Like if you genuinely want to back yourself, invest in yourself. Like any other business.
Realise what your strengths are and maybe what you're not so good at.
Well, that's it. You wouldn't open a shop and go, right, I'm going to be the accountant, I'm going to be the guy working, I'm going to be the cleaner. You wouldn't do. You'd invest in people. Why is that any different in music? Why would that not be the case in music?
It's interesting. I think there's a thing where it's just, I don't know what it is, if it's culture that's changed that. I think the way people think and feel, they feel like they are. And I think it's maybe availability of things. Because if you think you go back, who just had 200 grand's worth of studio gear? You didn't have that access to that. And I think that's changed people's perception a bit. I think over time, what's available to them. So thinking they have to.
I think before we get to that level, I think it's an understanding of what your mindset. Like it's called the music business, right? It's called the music business. Music and business, not just music. It's both. Yeah. Now, if you go into it understanding that's the case, and you have to apply business sensibility around creativity, you get success. If you just do one facet of it, you don't. If you just do music, but if you back it, like if you back product with investment and getting the right people to realise the best in what you're trying to achieve, it will sound like that. It's like if you go and tile your own bathroom, it's not going to look as good as if you've got a tiler in, right? But you still want to tile your bathroom. So it's about understanding the investment required to realise your dream. Yeah. And that's all great music in the past where there was more money in it. I think that is obviously an issue, but if you're playing the long game and you genuinely want a career in it, that's the investment, like in any business. I think that's what you have to look. I don't want to make it take too much away from the creativity, but they are equally as important. They one only works if the other is in totally. Parallel.
As we'll probably talk about later, and we're always talking about the academy in terms of strategy and actually having a plan, having a focus, and realising where it is you want to go, as opposed to just saying, "Hey, I've made 10 tunes and they're all completely different from each other." It's the same at that level. So before we continue, if you're watching this podcast, you're probably a dance music producer trying to break through. And that's exactly why we created the Toolroom Academy Production Certificate course. It's an online program that certainly changed the game in house music education. Over 3 months, we write a track together to a professional level. You receive professional A&R feedback and technical feedback along the way every single week, and you'll join a really supportive, genuine community of like-minded producers as well. Our students have gone on to get signed to labels like Toolroom, Armada, Spinning, Nervous, Solid Grooves. They've started DJing in boiler rooms and touring internationally. If that sounds like the next step for you, check out toolroomacademy.com for more info. Let's talk about the year of 2025 as a music industry, because I think there's been a lot of change. And I feel like as a year, maybe just in general, people do seem to focus a little bit on sort of negative things and stuff. But actually, there's been some quite good things, I think, happen throughout the year. Some quite positive things from some bigger, wider parts of the industry as well that have made an impact. And it's just nice to see people trying to react and actually think about the scene moving forwards and the culture moving forwards. I think it's quite cool. SoundCloud last month. So they announced now that their distribution model as an artist is kind of all through their new Artist Pro plan that you can do. So they'll actually distribute your music to all the different DSPs. They're now taking away any cuts. They're not going to take any cut
Which
from
is
that.
brilliant. Fair
So,
play.
to actually share the royalties back to the artist, I think that's pretty cool. And I love the fact, I'm a bit of an old school head as well, but they also do some other things. They've got a new thing with a support feature. So as a fan, if you're a fan, you can directly just support an artist and literally just tip them straight away and buy physical. So you can even order vinyl now, and the artist can, through their model, can actually sell a vinyl without all the upfront bulk costs and all of that.
That's right, yeah.
Pretty cool that people are thinking of things like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I think
Really
thinking
cool.
of that direct sort of fan to
Because that gives
consumer
you
model.
confidence to know that you've created momentum is what it's all about. To know you've actually starting to build an audience and you get that direct feedback.
Yeah.
Is a win, because you feel like you're reaching something. There is momentum, there is movement in what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, totally.
So that, fair play to the guys.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool as well. So, and this was an interesting one. I think we were all wowed by this stat, but at the same time, it's kind of scary, isn't it? That Spotify removed 75 million spam tracks from its platforms. And so it's a crackdown on AI. I mean, just as a number,
I think
75 million spam tracks. That's insane.
I think that, and I'll say it publicly, I think Spotify have got it wrong, right? This is how I see it. This is just my view on it. Now, let's say, right, you go and buy a football. You go to the shop, you buy a football. That doesn't give you licence to go and play for a Premiership football club, does it? Just because you bought football. You don't go, bought football, I can go and play at Anfield at the weekend. Just doesn't, right?
No, definitely not.
That's not a thing, right? Now, I think it should be split across not two sites, because it should be all housed under the same thing. But like, for example, if you're a recognised artist with a fan base and you've got momentum and you're building an audience and you're investing in yourself to create that, then you have one set of interactions with Spotify. It's more human. There's less content to look at because you refine that to the Premiership, right? Okay. That doesn't mean you can't get in the Premiership.
Yeah. Right.
Let's say that's over here. The Premiership has a set of rules. You've got a set of players. And everyone wants to get in the Premiership. Of course they do. Now, the problem they've got is they've got too much content. Now, that, I think, to take away the opportunity to just upload and have that would be wrong. But they should have one set of rules over here, which you can upload and try yourself with self-releasing and all of that to get momentum, which you can then say, look, do you know what, Spotify? I'm doing really well through my own endeavours over here, building my own audience. Can I now have the same care and attention as the Premiership? Yes, you can, because you're doing really well, but you've got to earn it, right? To give everyone the same set of rules is doing nothing for the future of music.
Yeah.
Because there's no gatekeepers. And to just base it on things that can be skewed and algorithms is wrong. It's short-sighted. So I think it needs a review. Look, don't get everything right first time. That's just my take on it. And would be lovely if that's ever got fed back to someone who can make a decision. But wouldn't it be nice if we could pitch
system.
records to Spotify through artists we talked about earlier, emerging artists that are signed to the label. We back them, but yes, they're not playing at Red Rocks. Yes, they're not headlining EDC Mexico, right? But they've written a great record. Can they have the same amount of attention that someone is because their record's good?
Yeah.
Because that will buy us longevity. If we invest in quality and we invest in looking at that, but that, with a great respect to Spotify, they can't. If you're just downloading 75 million, it's like having 75 million spam emails and then going, shit, I missed the one I really wanted to look at.
It's an insane
That's
number.
why you have a spam filter. And I genuinely think that what we need is different levels of Spotify, different leagues of Spotify.
I suppose it just can't be human-led, though, the numbers, can it?
Well, it can if you refine the numbers. Like they're now saying, Spotify are not taking any direct deals, so you've got to go through a distributor and whatever. So through their own actions, they're trying to get rid of that. But what you need is gatekeepers of quality, not programs.
Yeah,
you need, like you said earlier, you need humans to look at that to go, do you know what? This guy has got 7 followers, but his record, he's been signed by a big label, or Defected, or an Armada, or Toolroom. So they obviously back this piece of music. We're going to give it the same opportunities. And at the moment, I don't feel that's the case because you've got 75 million emails in your spam.
I agree. I do think that it needs to be thought about as a model and how that can be refined. It's an interesting take of where you come from.
I was thinking about on the plane the other day when you get a lot of time to think about things. I genuinely thought, look, that it's a lovely utopian idea that everyone gets the same rules. But if you've got 75
they're obviously thinking about
records,
they are thinking about that way.
You can't exercise that.
They are thinking about that way, and I think they're going to have to act because the numbers will only continue being high because of what's available to people to do that.
And it's easy to do, to run off a track, and it's an easy business win to just get enough content up
just
there.
filling it.
You go on ahead, how many records can you just keep running off? Now that's a business.
Yeah.
But is it clogging up talent? Well, of course it is.
Yeah.
So you have a right.
Well, you're actually seeing artists now come away from it. Artists are trying to come away, trying to do their own thing, do stuff through Bandcamp. I mean, it's a serious, hard slog, but people are saying, do you know what? That's not working for me as an artist.
Spotify is a brilliant platform. The site is incredible.
Yeah.
I use it all the time. Let's not get it wrong. I think
100%.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I just don't think they've quite got the rules of the game right. That really benefits the longevity and quality of music. I just don't.
I hear you. Well, let's see. Let's see what 2026 brings. I think there'll be changes. I think things will move on. So let's talk about you, your year, and let's get a bit personal as well. I want to ask some questions of how you deal with things and how how your day-to-day life works and stuff like that. Especially because, like you said when we were talking about the music, you've got a very hectic life. We were walking over it, and you were saying, look, pretty tired, pretty exhausted at the moment.
My voice is actually going at the moment, on that.
Because that is quite a tricky balance, right? You're touring the world as a DJ, running a record label, and trying to find time to be creative. Like, is there any balance there? Is it just running on pure adrenaline sometimes? Is there something that you actually try to inject into that to maintain that?
It is. If you are really, really well organised, right, you can get the very most out of a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're really, really nailed on organised, where you utilise every minute of the day, then you can do lots of things. If you are unorganised, out of chaos comes chaos.
Yeah.
Right? If you are really well organised, then that affords you the option of doing many things, and that's why I am everything in my life is list based. Like my wife texted me, why have you written down put clothes away?
Oh yeah,
and you're
because
they need to go away, and I need to do it, and if I do it, that gives me more order and more structure,
totally,
to get more things done. So
I've got post-it notes generally stuck on my laptop, and I send myself text messages. as well in the middle of the night. I wake up and just go, and then read it in the morning. I'm like,
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but I don't have a list, and if whatever I don't do the next day bumps into the next day, I think, okay, well, that next day, I'm not going to get in there now. I'm not set myself up for fail. No, I won't achieve that. Let's put it into the following day.
But you still work through it.
Still work through it. And
methodically is the key, right?
And I think my biggest asset, it's probably not talent, it's just my engine. Like, I will just go and go and go, and that's my biggest asset.
Yeah, totally.
It's my drive.
You're very driven. I do think you are superhuman as well, though, because never met anyone who can go like 4 or 5 days with almost zero sleep and still manage to switch it on and keep going. It's a definitely refined art. I've seen it from you over the years, and that is definitely a superhuman strength in your arsenal.
I get a buzz from doing a lot of things. I like that. I like to do a spread of things and try to be, and it is a balance thing. The one thing I've learned through life, the real win in life is balance. It's not.
I was going to say that. It's like, has there been something that stood out for you this year that you've like, I'm taking that away with me into next year and moving forwards?
It's trying to get better at balance. That's always the challenge. You know yourself as a dad, and how difficult that is. The factors that come into play to make that all work. Because fundamentally, you want to be the best at that, right? That's just the best gig. That's the thing. That is your legacy. Whatever you do at work, great, cool. But to leave your job as a parent is to be the best version of that you can possibly. That's number one. And everything comes around that. So I don't think there's any one thing. It's that constant refining of order and balance that you get joy. So you do all the things you like in life, the right amounts.
Yeah.
That's where I've got things wrong in the past is by not doing that. It's being too focused. Because that has an outcome. If you're so, and it's again to talking to producers that don't put all your eggs in the basket of music. You're putting yourself under too much pressure. Yes, have a vision, have a directive where you want to be. But if I was to go back and redo things, it would be to do it in a more balanced fashion. Because if you become so hell bent on something, there is a direct outcome to that. Because you don't have a release, and that comes out in a way that you'll get.
It will negatively affect you in the long run.
It will come out in the wrong way. It will come out in the wrong way if you don't have a way to be a balanced human being. The focus you put on one specific thing will come out usually in a negative way. So if you can do it and go, right, yes, I want to be successful at music. Of course I do. That's my ambition. That's my dream. But what I'm going to do around it are all the things that make me me. Whether it's playing golf, whether it's playing football, whether it's art, but you make sure you factor all of those things in so you feel complete as a person. Then you take the emphasis away from it. You go, okay, I'm going to shift my emphasis away from music into something else. And then when you come back, you're actually up for it again. So I think it is very important, and I think that extends right throughout life, is to maintain a balance across everything you do. Yeah. Then you win. Then you really win.
Totally. Make that time for a little bit of time, on the golf course. We see that from you as well.
It's making time to work now, Pete. It's becoming the challenge in the endeavour to lower my handicap.
What's your goal for next year as an artist?
Oh, I was going to say,
as an artist,
under 10
for 20. Yeah.
As an artist, I've not really thought about that actually. No, I tell you what, and you can, mark this down right now. Obviously, like I said earlier, last year. And it does mean something to me. Of course, I've got a pride, to be 19 in 1001 last year and being 101, that's not good enough. But it's okay because I had to can only do so many things.
Yeah, you can only do many.
And I'd rather have done that really well than a bit of that and a bit of that, and neither one be that great.
Yeah.
So next year,
foot on the gas more.
If I'm not in the top 20, by all means, sending dares now. What would you like me see me do if I don't?
All right, that's next year's hold Christmas me accountable. Special podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you got like an idea in mind, like how many sort of tracks you want to get out for next year?
39.
39.
Okay. No, I'm on it next year, honestly, and I've got some incredible records to come. I've got a new record with Armand Van Helden in Feb. I've got a new record with Who.
Amazing.
Some bangers. And honestly, I'm back.
Okay.
But it's top 20.
He's back, baby.
You know,
Looking forward to it, mate. Looking forward to it. Now, look, it's a Christmas special.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you some Christmas
I
related
might do a
questions
Christmas song as well, just to, just.
Oh, do you know what? I talked about this the other day and just saying, if you could just come up with that elusive Christmas song.
Some people
you
just
could
write
sit
Christmas
back on
song.
the royalties every year at Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Someone
some people's
threw me a
jobs.
stat.
That's their full-time job, just writing Christmas songs.
I know, right? Someone said to me how much...
Tricky in August.
How much some of them are earning each year.
Yeah.
I wonder what Mariah Carey gets in royalties every year.
Oh, there are stats.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
how
Noddy
much
Holden
they earn.
and all people like that. It's
got to be a few quid, right? It's got to be a few quid. Students, write your best Christmas song. Right, okay. What's your all-time favourite Christmas track? A classic?
Right. It is simply having...
Simply
because do you know why? Do you know why? The sound design on that, the initial synth, just bad. That's all the things.
Is that the one that sounds like Thomas the Tank Engine?
No,
at the beginning?
it sounds like a sort of it kind of sounds like an 80s boogie record. Like,
Yes, sorry.
It's got the really nice
chords
chords
with
with the
pitch bend
vibe.
wheel on it on the keyboard.
Exactly.
I know now. I know where we are.
They're all the sounds that make the hairs go on the back of my neck. So that, or for that reason.
All right. Okay.
And coming home, driving home
that.
for Christmas. My wife always mentioned that because I usually got a gig right up to the end of Christmas, and I'm coming back from Heathrow, and it's like the last gig. So I get from a nostalgia point of view.
Can see you driving back from the gig, looking all tired like a Christmas movie.
And from a sound design
point of view. Love it. Christmas Day for you.
Yep.
Like, what's the ideal classic scenario? Like, just real chilled one.
No. Again, it's like doing I cannot sit still. It's like
you're going to get on the golf course.
Correct.
You're not.
Yeah.
Christmas
No,
Day.
I don't care if I break in.
Oh my god.
Don't. No,
love it. That's dedication.
We're actually going to play. Well, I think we're going to play paddle. Because my gym, Muscleworks in Orpington, big up to the guys at Muscleworks. That's actually open in the morning, so you usually get up, do presents, cheeky gym session.
That is dedication.
Paddle or golf. Look, you got to earn your Christmas dinner. Then you can have your Christmas dinner, go bananas because you know you've earned it. Now my son's a bit older, do you know what I mean? He's like, he's not bothered about hanging around. Just get up and go and do stuff. But I like to get loads of things done a day. It's balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't do Christmas
later
Day
in the
all
day,
day.
late afternoon, early evening. Is it the board games?
Yeah.
Is it the Christmas classics on TV?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, love all that.
Love that. But you can't beat it.
But I like, to get the sport in, you've got to get to train every day without fail.
Would you cook? Do you get involved in the cooking, or are you just way off?
I'm not entirely sure I've cooked for the last 20 years. No, unless toast is including. Is toast still cooking?
Toast,
is that
pot
on the
noodle,
periphery of cooking?
Maybe.
Pot noodle. Well, which you are an expert in, Pete.
I am there's a science.
There is a
to
science.
The perfect pot noodle. Yeah. All right. It
drives
me mad seeing Stuart in the office and he's hot water. Doesn't even have the sauce and he's straight in crispy noodles.
I can imagine how you
drives me mad. You've got to let it brew. Got to let it brew, but
your OCD will not.
Honestly, I can't handle it. I'm looking at it just like
exactly.
Can I go and buy you another one and make it for you, please? It's too much. Christmas chocolates, classic celebrations. What's your go-to? Or Quality Streets, old school?
I'd literally anything, mate. If it's there,
would you eat those toffee pennies that get left at the end? The rock hard gold toffee
pennies.
What's
the worst?
That's the worst one. The toffee penny. I'm like, I leave them.
But by the end of Jan, you just don't care.
I suppose they're left in the tin.
I'll have that coconut one now. Why not?
See, I don't mind the coconut one.
I don't mind all of them. To be fair,
the toffee penny's my worst, honestly.
Really?
Just the gold round toffee.
And then you get the long ones as well. They're bad.
See, you like the
classic
toffee.
They will rip
I
the
like
filling out.
The green triangle.
They're coconut.
The noisette, I think it's called.
Are they not coconut? No, I know.
No, that's
quality. We're talking about Quality Street.
We're talking old school Quality Street. That and the caramel keg.
They're the best.
That's the bad boy.
They go quick. They should one year just do just a whole caramel keg box, just like limited edition.
Oh yes. We were talking about eating competitions actually the other day.
Which you would probably
I reckon
win.
I could smash 100 caramel kegs in literally like a couple of minutes.
Could we try that? Could we actually try that?
We could try it. We'll try
think of the likes.
That's on next year's special.
Look at the likes.
That's on next year's special.
That's Instagram gold.
Now we're into a bit of a Christmas theme.
Yep.
We're going to do a bit of a Christmas quiz.
Go on.
So we have a special quiz. We've got a host joining us. Oh. And we're going head to head. We're going head to head. This is you versus me.
Here we go.
And we've even got some special Christmas.
No expense spared.
No expense spared here. Now, You can choose between turkey.
I might go for the turkey, I think.
Are you going turkey?
Yeah, I'm going to go turkey.
I'll mix it up then with the turkey. I'm going to go...
Oh, come on.
Shall I try the tree?
Have I got that one back to
Let's
front?
see if I'll go the tree.
That actually suits you.
Does it suit me? Does it suit me?
That looks class, mate.
Very tight.
No, you pulled that off, Peter.
It's very tight. Have I pulled
Subtle.
Does it go with my
Yeah,
jumper?
yeah, honestly. That goes with the back. It goes with the back. It goes with the background. You can't really see.
Does it? Do I merge into the background? I love
we
it.
should have had a drink.
Can I keep this afterwards? Yeah. Oh, it's making me.
You look like one of those Mekons.
Do I? That's a good look. That's a good look. There could be something in this as an artist and the label next year.
I mean, listen, stranger things have worked in electronic music.
Tree Tech House. I don't know.
Putting that on your head or whatever. You know what I mean?
Love it. It's so good. Right. Okay.
Anyway, we digress.
So now, if you're listening to this, you probably already know that being a great producer or DJ is just part of the journey now. These days, breaking through takes so much more as well. From social media and brand building to online marketing, music business, getting gigs and networking as well. That's why we built the Toolroom Academy Artist Development Masterclass program. It's a 12-month program that takes you through it all. You've got over 200 hours of video tutorial content, plus live calls every week and regular mentoring check-ins to keep you on track. So if you're serious about your career in dance music, head to toolroomacademy.com to find out more info. Right, come on.
So we've got two quizzes.
Yep.
The first one is, what year is this?
Right.
Bear in mind, these are all Toolroom records.
Oh no.
Oh, no, could they just not be like sort of tunes from the mid-80s? 80s boogie or something like that?
And then we have, what track is this? And it's a 3-second snippet
Right.
of a record as well.
Okay.
We'll start with, what year is this?
Oh no.
Now,
Okay.
Turkey.
Mince pies. Ah, you beat me on that.
Fill my needs.
what year is it?
Oh, right, what year?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
3, 2, 1.
18.
Yes.
Oh,
Come on!
I knew that as well. I was sitting here like, come on. Oh.
Number 2.
Well done. Fair play.
Anything on tracks in the last 10
I don't
years?
know the name. It's the name. I'll get the year.
I'll get the year. Oh,
Right, mince pies.
Yes.
22.
No.
Ah.
Mark.
21.
No.
23.
No.
I don't know.
Oh.
What is it?
2019. 2000 Freaks come out.
It's
Oh
really
my
hard to hear that,
God.
to be fair. Yeah, no, just a bit. Yeah, I'll get it now.
I'll put it closer. Right, next tune.
I didn't think that was Freaks come out. That's the worst thing.
Yeah. You couldn't really tell, could you?
Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh my
Have a
God.
guess in the year.
Yeah.
Just the year. You don't need to know the artist.
Oh, dear.
This is embarrassing. Right, I'm going to take a guess. Mince pies.
Go on, Pete.
17. Oh my God.
Think about
No.
that sound, like that electro.
Yeah, you're right. It's earlier than that. I'm going to say 2011.
Any more? One more guess?
Oh,
Each?
Okay, give us a higher or lower.
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 Much
8.
lower.
The production doesn't sound that
Really?
old.
Oh, really? It doesn't.
It doesn't sound that old to me.
No. Well, it's
Timeless. It's Toolroom, mate. Timeless.
the
record.
right answer, Cal.
What did you just say?
I said 2008.
Well, any earlier than that says it 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
5.
God.
Half
'Cause-
point. Half point.
What was the track?
It was Get Dirty Growler Dub by Punk Rock and Feet Cafe Melody.
You actually went
Oh, yeah.
the growler dub, like very
Yeah,
niche.
niche.
There, Cal.
Okay, next one.
I
Next one.
actually, I saw Granite the other in Dallas.
Did you?
Yeah, good lab. Top
Legend.
band.
I was digging through all the old records.
Absolutely
And I was
legend.
like, wow, back in the day, some of these records were.
Awesome. I love the fact that you picked the real obvious ones from not that long ago
Yeah,
to
and
dig.
made us look
to
really
dig.
silly. Thanks, Gav. Cheers for that, mate.
Right, next one.
Come on. Mince pies.
Yeah, go on then.
2009.
No.
Ah. What?
The records.
No,
Hang
I know
on.
the record.
Oh no. My brain went wrong. I went wrong record to begin with.
What do you think the record was?
But first I thought
It's Antidote, isn't it?
that's Consindo.
Consindo. Sorry,
That's
Consindo.
Consindo.
So I meant that, 2009.
My brain heard the
That's what
synth.
he said.
Oh, did you say 2009?
I said 2009. My brain went Colombian Soul.
Yeah, I did.
And so I
I
jumped to
thought
that in
Antidote.
2009.
We might-
So that will be.
8. No,
No, it's later. It's later than 9.
Hang on a minute. Me and Wolfgang. Was it 11?
2010.
Yes.
It's 2000. Yeah, we were close. We were
Been a
not
lot of late
bad.
nights.
We were in
To
the
be
range.
fair, I mean, there's been a lot of late nights.
Since then, there has.
Now, I mean, give
there
us a
has.
break.
There's a lot of late nights back.
I've actually
then as
been
well.
up since 2010.
How's my tree
It's
looking?
the last
by
time I
the
went
way?
to bed.
Is it looking good?
That was great,
I
mate.
think
good.
you still get this next one.
Right, Turkey.
Oh,
Right, it's obviously the Dusky mix of Cloud 9, which we did in 2013.
2012.
Oh, yeah,
What's the score?
but we might have commissioned it.
It's alright, do it in the edit.
I only remember that really well because I remember I was the one who did the comms on that remix to get that remix in from Dusky. I remember that as 2012.
Do you know what? Quick fun fact here: the original is my favourite house record of all time. Like,
What a tune.
Oh, the original.
What a
honestly,
tune.
when you hear those chords at the beginning,
Yeah.
it evokes the best memories of being in this scene. Just as
Yeah.
a fan, just as a clubber.
Totally.
Like that record.
And when
just-
the groove just drops because the chord just starts with the chords and you just get the drums and the bass line come in.
Bad. Honestly, some of
Timeless.
the nights we had out to that record.
Timeless.
Just insane. And when you actually, it comes a full circle moment when you get to license it and put it on your record.
Yeah.
Gee, a record that had such an impact on you personally to then be involved in it and release it on your record label. One of the best moments in the history of touring.
Yeah.
And Dusky turned up, mate, on that. They absolutely
And
smashed it.
I think when we actually did that
Great
remix as
A&R
well,
sometime, but-
I think
No.
when we did that remix, we kind of left them to it. We
Oh,
just said
'cause you wouldn't need
we
to
were just
tell them.
like
There was-
just
they're
do what you
so
do.
good at what they do.
It was
I mean,
so good.
Last one.
go on.
It's this year. Oh, you gonna go for it?
I'll get it wrong first. I'm going to say 2005. Thanks, Cal.
He's played the game. He's
Yeah.
played into Mike's
Yeah.
game.
2006.
Yeah. What is it?
2006.
Oh.
My MTV.
It was my
D. Ramirez.
Dean's
It was
mix,
Dean's
yeah,
mix.
yeah, yeah.
It was Dean's mix of noir.
Oh, I'm happy to go under the bus, Pete. It's fine.
That
Yeah,
was
it's
when
not a problem.
that was when I first started at the label.
Well, that really?
My MTV.
What, 2006?
Yeah.
Was it as
yeah.
late as 2006?
Yeah, I started January 2006. I'd been hanging around all year
Outside the
in
house, which is a bit
2005
weird.
outside the house.
Yeah.
and trying to brag. I think I used to brag promos off you and demos for in return for like some graphic design work.
Dude, yeah. Oh.
And then you finally offered me a job in 2006.
Pete, you are the
Yeah.
longest serving member of Toolroom, aren't you?
Yeah,
God.
be 20 years in Jan. 20
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
You get to keep
So I get to keep the hat for
mate,
that. Brilliant.
That's all yours
This-
now, Pete.
in
Take
fact,
that home.
I don't think it actually will come off. So I think this is part of me now. This is it. It's part of me. So who won that?
You won that one.
Yeah.
We have one more game.
Balls.
though.
Getting, although it was a shocking start. I had no idea where we were going at the start of that year.
No. Well, yeah.
I'm not-
It's good
yeah,
though,
let's-
good though.
let's do this.
Go on then, let's do it.
It's
Let's
only
do it.
3-second clips. So
3-second clips, right?
What
Okay.
track is this? Hopefully we do better. than
God.
It's Dean, but I don't know. No, is
it's
it not Dean?
It's not Dean.
Oh,
It wasn't someone like Lauer and Kennard. No, it wasn't. No, sorry, it wasn't.
Do you know what?
Like that, but not
got-
that.
It's got the groove like them, or Blocker and Sonic. It's got that sort of groove.
It feels a bit Hungarian.
But I think
it's
newer. It's newer than that. That's actually not that old.
God,
I know it. I know the groove.
It's a tune.
I know the groove.
Give us a clue.
One of the people in it is Andrus.
Oh yeah.
Oh come on! You can't not get this. You would have signed this.
Yeah, I signed a lot of records. We got about 10,000. We
It was 2018. I think.
It was a tune though. Sorry,
Six
Andrews,
years.
love you, mate.
I've got a pass. I can't tell you the name of it.
Go on, get it right. Go on, give what?
Sharam J.
Ah, for God's sake!
Anyone know the name?
No.
No.
Right back. Oh my God! You've
Yeah.
made this
right
hard.
back in
You've
the
made this
right back in the
hard.
changing room. Right.
Next one. Oh, you know it.
I actually hate Cal now.
I do. I do.
He was with us at the Toolroom Economy event in Amsterdam.
Yeah, that's Flashmob. Closer.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Oh,
Of course
fucking
it
hell.
is. Brain was
I
just
only
like.
spent hours working on that.
Brain
as well,
was
wasn't
just like, oh my God.
Right,
Can't believe I needed the
one.
clue
Oh, that
for
wasn't the
one.
bit though, was it? I mean,
It was very clever to play a time.
yeah, like,
It is too obvious.
It
like
could've
the
been too
mid-late.
obvious.
Yeah, I only spent
Too
about
obvious.
3 or 4 days working on that record as well. But
This next one might be quite mucky. It might be quite hard to guess this one, as if the other ones weren't. But
Downpipe.
yeah, downpipe. Yeah.
Downpipe.
Yeah.
That's so. It's the minute you get them.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
God, it'd be bad if I didn't know that.
That'd be very bad if we didn't. Neither of us knew that one.
It's even worse when you're DJing and you can't find it. You're like, you can play downpipe. Yeah, I've got it. It's, what I do need to do is put a bunch of classics on one stick. I must at
Yes.
some point do that.
Mate, and that is. I was talking about the Sonics of that record the other day, actually.
It still stands up, that.
Oh, at the time,
Yeah.
it blew the roof out of everything. It
Yeah.
was amazing.
Do you know why it really should? Because we put like a big 808 under the kick, so it just gave it. That's why it sounds modern still. 'cause
when it
it's
used to
got-
kick in on that first build up,
Yeah.
and then you did whoa, bum, and it, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean,
Wicked.
where we used to work in Dean's old studio in Sheffield, we were having this conversation the other day. Sometimes you just get a room that's magic.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was
Something
a
we just did.
mad old building. It was like this building in Sheffield. It was housed, but it was like a really old kind of house, basically. And it was between these two modern buildings, and it was actually just falling over. It was actually held up by the house, the building next to it. It was like. Did you ever see the program The Young Ones?
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was a bit like their house. It was an
Old school.
absolute shit tip.
Old school.
Right? It
But some
was.
gems were made in it.
Oh, and just but the sonics of that room, we used
Yeah.
to mix records down. It was just magic.
Yeah, and Dean's
It-
sound
and
back then was amazing.
Dean struggled for
The legend
years
that is
after
Dee
that.
Ramirez.
The legend that is Dee Ramirez.
Yeah.
He really struggled to find a room as good as that after. It's like, right, I'm going to move out because it was, it was
The magic was there.
it was a bit. It was
I
a
wonder if
cross
that building's
between
still going.
the Young Ones' house and like the toilet on Train Spot, and it was kind of.
That's grim.
I think
grim.
they both use the same interior design. it was like that. But my God, we had some good times in there. We wrote some great records.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
something about that room.
Some huge records were in
Just
there.
yeah.
Loved it. Loved it. Any more?
2 more.
Right, two more.
Okay, come on.
God, I hope to get one of these. Right.
Hang on.
Go on.
Hang
you
on.
do this one. I'll do the next one.
I got this one.
Hang on. I know what it is.
Right again.
This is going to really annoy me. Oh, this is one of those things, when something's on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah. Like,
Because for some reason,
Give us a clue,
I've
Cal,
either
give us a
played that
clue.
record, I've played it out, or I've played it
Come on, give us a
not
clue.
that long ago, that record.
Orange cover art.
Quite an emotional record.
This artist also has.
Was it pressed onto vinyl?
Biggest release.
This artist has already been played as the first tune in the whole quiz.
Advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which one was it, brother? Come on, Pete.
He's got it.
Sing it to me, sing it. No, that's not the name of it. That's not the name of it. Oh my God, that is Vice and Christian Nielsen. What's the name of the track?
Don't know. You were really involved in it. That was one of yours.
I can't remember the track. Is it Give It To Me? No. I can't remember the track. Something to me.
Something.
Give
me.
give
To
a
you.
point to me.
To me. Sing it. Is it not Sing It To Me?
Say it to me.
Say it to
Oh,
me.
come on,
Come on.
Cal. It's hard to ask, man.
Such a good track.
Yeah, he would, mate. And listen,
Such a
I
good
get
track.
that. Talk about A&R and what we do as a process. I mean, how long did you spend working with Rich
Oh,
before we
God,
even
yeah.
pressed the button on record one?
Yeah.
About a year.
Yeah, worked so closely with him on so many of his records. Loved it. Absolutely loved
Well,
that
you
time.
built that whole persona and that catalogue.
Yeah.
For about a year before we even released the record. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
we worked really closely. That was in the early days as we were building into what we went into artist management.
Yeah, that's right.
And started our own artist
Yeah.
management company from that. Amazing, great times. Very talented
Last
producer.
one.
Oh no, that red face. Yeah. Oh, you haven't got to say what year it come out. Have
I
you?
can't even hear from here.
Yeah. Oh, thank God.
Was that start of Red Face? Was that start of Red Face?
Yeah.
Was it?
Break.
Breakdown.
Was
yeah.
it the break of Red
Point on
Face?
the board for Mark.
Hey,
Come on, you could- hang on.
To be fair, I
Can I-
actually got my own records, and even that was a struggle.
bonus point for the year of when that came out.
2008,
I was going to say, if you didn't know that would be one.
and I've played it every set ever since. If I didn't, I'd get my head
2008.
Well done, chaps.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks, Al. Well, everyone.
Love it, love it. Right, we've got some quick fire questions
Right,
now.
please don't be as hard as the last ones. Yeah, go
No,
on.
no, actually, like your own
Oh, right.
actual questions as well. So, what's your favourite tour and release of the year? If you put one on it, I know they all mean something to you.
Hypnotise without a
Hypnotise.
shadow of a doubt. I remember the first time I played it. I think I was I think Dare Club in Florida, and I was just like, holy shit, this is bad. This is
Yeah,
such a tune.
you know,
Yeah.
when you get those records when you play them, and you
Yeah.
just know.
Hypnotise. It's got everything in it I love.
Yeah, amazing tune. I think for me, one that I really connected to and really enjoyed as well was Tony Romero, "Time to Move."
Time to move, yeah.
I
really
think
good.
just because of how, for me, it just felt really fresh.
Yeah.
Or even though it's got that
Yeah.
old influences in it that's just wicked. But
Oh,
as a record of when everyone, it was just so techie, I was like, oh.
Yeah, breath of fresh air.
There's a breath of fresh air, real not a song.
Yeah.
You know? Love that. What's the best, one of the most memorable gigs you've played this year?
Toolroom at Sunnyside Pavilion in Toronto. I honestly play that gig every year. It's become my favourite gig of the year. It's just unbelievable. When you
Was that
play
with
it,
Cruzy and
that was
there's a few of you did it?
Kasim and George. Yeah, I don't know. It was that good. I can't remember playing. It was very blurry afterwards. And then we did the after party.
Very blurry.
Yeah, the after
One of
party
those gigs.
at Coda. But that is the best gig for me of the year. It looks like we plan to do it again next year. When you go and do a gig and everyone is that invested in the sound of Toolroom, singing all the hooks and
Yeah.
when you play the songs, everyone is there because they love it, and there's no greater feeling.
Yeah.
When you play something that is, you have that connection with people that are invested in what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel you. I hear you. I've not been as DJing as much, but do you know what? I've been doing some of these gigs, and there's a little local venue that's opened up in Tunbridge Wells, and it's the basement of a pub.
Right.
And you literally get 50 people max in there.
Yeah.
Play some gigs there. Shout out to the guys at Lost and to Rachel. Honestly, it was so good.
Yeah.
What was so funny was I had to take my trainers off because my head was hitting the ceiling.
But we can't
If
wear
I was
that,
doing it, I
Pete.
definitely remember to wear
That's
this.
out. Better
But it was
try and
just
get that
bam,
off.
little basement, intimate, 50
Yeah,
people,
wicked.
and just everyone on the same level reacting.
Yeah.
Gigs like that, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, that I mean,
Old school, small little intimate
Joshua
crowds.
Brooks in Manchester again is
Yeah.
very much like that. He's
That always looks
one of the
so,
last
so good.
bastions in this country of that situation. I was actually with George in Abu Dhabi at the weekend at the F1, and top guy, doing great things for the scene, having clubs like that are focused on the music.
Are they finding it tough?
No,
As a
they
venue,
do, no,
they're still
no,
smashing it,
they're
'cause-
still smashing it. Because they offer something different, a very
Yeah.
music focused experience. They curate it really well, and they are mega passionate about what they do, and they do it brilliantly. So Joshua Brooks in the UK, again, that's got to be up there because I play open to close. I get to play everything I want to play, really express myself. That's DJing for me.
Yeah, totally.
I can rock up and do a 2-hour set. Of course, you expect to do certain things, but when you play for 6 hours,
That's special when you can
of
do
course
that.
it is, man. That's
And-
DJing.
And when the
That's
whole
proper
thing is
DJing.
magical as
Yeah,
well. Because there's
I'll
not many venues where one artist can play for that long and people are just with you.
And that's what that
allow
club's all
you
about,
to
yeah.
actually like...
Take you on a journey without
Yeah.
sounding cliche. He's actually doing that, and people rock up. They're there for 10 o'clock. You get there. I'm usually about 5 minutes late, standard. But and there's a big queue outside. People want to be there from the first record to the last record, and that's unbelievable.
Yeah,
So,
big shout out to all the venues like that, 100%. What about DJ, underrated DJ? Who's the most underrated DJ you think right now?
Can I be honest? And it's a failing me, and I'd rather be honest. I don't get enough time to go and see people DJ, so I can't give you a valid answer on that. That's not skew. It's you get so caught up in what you're doing yourself, and then when I'm not a DJ, and we talked about earlier the balance.
Yeah, I hear.
I just don't have the time to do that, and I have room to improve on that. I need to do more work on that and check more people out and be more invested in that, and that's part of my role in A&R. But
no, I hear.
Again,
there's a different side of it, isn't there? Of actually getting out there, clubbing, or even just having that time to listen to DJ sets. It's a whole nother side of it. What about artists as a producer? Who do you think deserves more recognition?
Michael Gray for being so consistently brilliant.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
You're
with
a big fan of Michael Gray.
Oh,
and he's one of our. Not just saying that because he's a really
especially
good
for
friend
me
of mine.
from those early Full Intention days
to now.
That's still my go-to for just pick me up.
When you're that consistently brilliant, you deserve more recognition, and it's why we built the label False Paradise. It is to give artists like that a bigger platform to do their great work. It is to have a platform that can amplify their brilliance, and that's what we wanted to do. Is take all the mechanics and backroom aspect of what we do with Toolroom and our understanding and our relationships and our scale, and give that to people within that scene. So I'd say Michael Gray.
Definitely, and one of the nicest guys in house music.
One of the nicest guys, yeah. So Michael Gray of Warlingham, we call him. He should be, if every knighthood was deserved.
100%. Right, a musical trend that you'd sign tomorrow. Something you'd be like, yeah, I'd jump on that.
Swing beat. Bringing it back from the 90s. Do you know what? When I'm in the gym, that's actually all I listen to.
Fair play.
I think without giving the game away, and I'll give you some intel. If I were you now and you're looking for something to sample, great songs, an era that's been overlooked, get yourself dug into the early 90s, not Blackstreet, not the obvious things. Do some digging. There's some great songs in there. Great, with all the tech we have now into vocal extraction. If you want my inside information, go hunting around there. No one's done it. First across the line wins.
Love it. Top tips. Top turkey tips.
You heard it here first.
Okay, and do you know what I'd sign as well tomorrow?
My hat.
Your hat?
Yeah.
2012 Shuffle Deep House. Come on,
but it's definitely having a moment again.
It is. Yeah, I'm a bit. I've been saying it for a while. In the UK, I've been saying it for a while. I constantly been saying it last year.
Since 2012.
Since 2012, I was like, come on, get the ankles out. But especially seeing Jamie Jones, he did a whole set of it, didn't he? His Paradise Festival in London. Actually, did the whole Hot Natured performance again.
When that
it's
happened,
a sound that feels quite
it's
relevant now.
Because when it's got melody, it's got hooks, it's got all the components that affords it to have another moment, because it's got music in it, and it was well done. I think we are in danger for many reasons of celebrating mediocrity at the moment in music. Some of the things that are on trend now are crap. I'll openly say
let's put it down. A trend that you would delete forever. What's a trend that you'd actually delete? You don't normally hold back. Come on.
Trance.
Oh, you can't delete a whole genre.
You just asked me and I've given you an answer.
Fair play. All right. I had my trance trousers back in the 90s, so I can't agree with you on
I've
that
never,
one. I like
I've never
it.
danced a dance with trance. T-shirts.
I love it. What do you reckon is going to be the sound of next year? Sound of 2026. What do you reckon is going to be the lead? I mean, we're seeing a massive thing with sort of up-tempo disco house, at the moment.
Yeah, and I think if you're not careful, that's where it went wrong. I think that there's a little moment again. We're revisiting 2003 with fretless basses and all zappy noises. But where that went shit is where it went too fast. When you listen back to the records, what was we doing at that tempo?
Yeah,
you've taken a funk record and then taken all the funk out of it by speeding it up too fast.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that we're going back again. It's revisiting melody and songs and stuff, but let's do it in a really classy way. Let's not knock the shit out of it by going, anyone can speed something up.
So do you think the BPMs might slow down a bit then next
I
year?
do hope so, because it's a cheap trick. Just speed it up. That'll give you more energy. How about have you produced it better?
I hear. Fair play. And let's wrap up with a couple of bits of advice.
Yep.
If you, obviously this is a bold question, but if you had like a couple of things to focus on at the beginning,
Yep.
and you as a new artist pushing into this, getting your stuff together, moving into 2026, what's one of the first things that you'd focus on?
I say this all the time, and I don't care. I'll say it till I'm blue in the face and you're bored of hearing me say it. Know who you are. Start there. Know who you are.
Yeah.
Know what you stand for. Get comfortable with that. Then start. Right? Because that's the foundation of it all. If you're not comfortable or you don't know who you are, how in God's name are you going to build a career around it?
I agree. And I think I'd add to that and say one thing to just avoid is what's going on out there in the trends. Like, understand like who you are and what you love and what you're inspired by and musically what you're drawn to. I think having a knowledge of that, of going, okay, where does that sort of sit? Like, what is the market of that? Let's put a bit of business sense onto it, like you said earlier.
Sure.
But I think you've got to be so careful to then just not be blindsided by all the other things that are going on out there, especially the trends, because the amount of new artists that I see coming through, and it is literally like, last year they were making baseline tech house, this year they're making Afro house,
that's right,
and so on. It's
you're
like
chasing. They're exactly the thing I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They don't know who you are. You're
Totally.
Put it this way. Do you honestly think Marco Corolla looks over his shoulder to see what other people are doing? Do you honestly think he does?
No.
Of course he don't. He's doing what he does. He's
Yeah.
really good at it. He comes to it. Do you think he honestly cares? No. All the greats don't. All the greats care about what they're doing. They focus all their time and energy in refining what they do.
Yeah,
they get
100%.
good at being them, and that takes time. Now, all the time you look over your shoulder, you're not looking forward.
Yeah.
So that underpins everything. Everything else hangs off the back of being comfortable of what you stand for, and that should be about doing something that comes from your heart. If it comes from a place of pure passion, then you add the business sensibility around it, but you have to do something that you love, that you can stand behind and say, I did this and I love it, and I don't care if no one likes it because I love it and I'm going to play it. Now, if you shout that loud enough, believe you me, people will follow you.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it literally is the best advice. And realise that sometimes as well, though, at the same time, you won't have it all worked out at the very beginning. Like, if you follow your gut instinct and just think, okay, that's where I want to be, there's always going to be shiny objects along the way. There's going to be things that you see that will pull you in. I think the key is to just keep going and follow it. Realise things might develop. You might change. You might even do it, but do it for the right reasons. The biggest thing, the mistake that people make is as they're moving, they go, I think this is not where actually my heart wants to be. This is not the sort of music I want to make. It's not the sort of stuff I want to DJ. Why are you making that decision? That's the biggest thing that I say, rather than just going, everyone else is doing that or I'm doing that. It's all in that world of, like you say, comparison. Don't compare yourself to other people on your journey as well, because that's something that will always affect your creativity and your drive negatively, because everyone's on their own journey at different times. So that would be my thing for next year. I totally agree with what you're saying. Know who you are. And people that say, I don't know who I am, it's like, you kind of do.
What do you like dancing to?
Yeah.
What do you like
love?
playing?
Yeah, exactly.
How
What
can
are you
be
drawn
a
to?
producer and not know what you
Totally.
like?
Totally.
Otherwise, that fundamentally, you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So we got to wrap up. This has been a bit-
But
this has been a lot of fun. Let's get wrapping up the presents.
Well, that's one thing I haven't done
keeping this
anything
hat
of yet.
forever, by the way. I love it. It's very
I
tight.
think it's very you.
I
Pete.
do feel it's been cutting off the blood
think-
circulation, though, to my head. I'm blaming this for not knowing some of the answers to the quiz, because
Oh,
it's too
that-
tight. It's
that's
too tight. I couldn't just...
fair
brain
play.
couldn't work for that. So next episode as
Yes.
well, make sure you tune in for that. We've got an artist that, if you're familiar with what's been going on Beatport the last 12 months, you'll be very familiar with their name. So keep an eye out. Get the guesses in. Let us know who you think it might be as well. And also, don't forget you can send demos in to Cal and myself. We do some live A&R on some of these podcast sessions as well,
wicked.
which is really cool. Last one we listened to some tunes. It was brilliant. Really good fun as well. And if there's anything you want us to talk about, in any future episodes, let us know. Let us know. Get in touch with the label through social media, in the comments here if you're watching this, where you can comment as well. Let us know of any topics you'd like us to cover, because we're here to help. We want to get deep into discussion of things that we think will really help you. And I say from that, everyone have an amazing Christmas and New Year.
And thank you to everyone who's streamed, downloaded and danced to our music in 2025. Without you guys we wouldn't be here. So
100%. Yeah, thank you
props to
for all
everyone
the
who's
support, the label, for the Academy. You guys rock. You are the heart of it, and we'll see you all in 2026. Have a great Christmas, everyone. Take it easy.
See ya.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Brilliant.
I feel like the quiz might...